What do you make of all of this? What is likely to be the response on Capitol Hill to this breaking news?
Good to be with you. See, I told you so. They're all like that. So the next time any of us complain about anything Trump does, this pardon is just deflating. For those of us who have been out there for a few years now yelling about what a unique threat Donald Trump is, for Joe Biden to do something like this, Trump, nobody's above the law, we've been screaming. Well, Joe Biden just made clear his son Hunter is above the law. Donald Trump lies every time he opens his mouth, we've been screaming. Joe Biden repeatedly lied about this. The politicization of the justice system, Donald Trump and his people have been screaming. Well, that's exactly what Biden said here.
All right, y'all, we are back with another video, and here we go again. So now it seems like Joe Biden has pardoned his son, not just for his recent crimes, but for what he did all the way back from the beginning and just wiped everything clean as if Hunter Biden never did anything at all. After getting on a video saying he would never pardon Hunter Biden because of the crimes, he'll never go against the courts and stuff like that. And Joe Biden has lied to the American people. That's why it's been outrage. I bet not hear nothing when Donald Trump, pardoned the J6ers. So, and Donald Trump even responded to us and said, hey, if you're going to pardon Hunter Biden, what about the J6ers? So now this brings me to the view. They is so freaking one-sided that they is okay with Joe Biden pardoning his son. But they still is trying to call out Donald Trump and make excuses for Hunter Biden. The man is 54, 55 years old. He's not a child. This man that committed all these crimes. You talking about the Hunter Biden laptop, the hookers, the smoking, the gun charge, taxes, all of that. Joe Biden done wiped all of it clean. And these people sitting on this show, taking up for it, they pretty much siding with it while still going after Donald Trump. It just don't make any sense at all. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight into this so we see how stupid and delusional these people is. I know sometimes it's hard to watch The View. It'd be hard for me, but I definitely want to get the video out so more people can see how crazy and delusional these women are. Okay, so like I said, please watch their entire video. Like I said, I know it's going to be hard. Please let me know in the comment section that you did watch the entire video. I would really appreciate it because, like I said, it definitely helped the video, get out there. So please try to make it to the end with me. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight into it because I'm going to call everything out. So don't worry about it, y'all. Without further ado, let's go.
Throughout his term as president, Joe Biden was persistently asked about whether he would intervene in the court case against his son, Hunter. Take a look.
Is there any possibility that the president would end up pardoning his son?
No.
And have you ruled out a pardon for your son?
Yes. It's still a no. It will be a no. It is a no, and I don't have anything else to add. Will he pardon his son? No.
Does the president have any intention of pardoning him?
We've been asked that question multiple times. Our answer stands, which is no.
Yesterday, Biden had a change of heart, granting his son a full pardon on tax evasion and federal gun charges. He released a statement that, quote, says no reasonable person who looks at the facts can reach any other conclusion than Hunter was singled out because he is my son. That is wrong, and there's no reason to believe it will stop here. Now, I hope Americans will understand why a father and a president would come to this decision. So the question is, will people understand? Listen, I get it. I mean, we got a convicted felon as president.
Yes.
Oh, we got a convicted felon as president, but Hunter Biden is a convicted felon. But you're just going to look over that crap. Hunter Biden was a convicted felon. So this is the crap y'all put on Donald Trump. See, that's why they wanted to. That's why y'all lost now. That's why Donald Trump is the 47th president, because of crap like this. Oh, we do got a convicted felon as a president. Hunter Biden was a freaking convicted felon. And look what Joe Biden just did for him. And you sit up here thinking that crap funny. These people are crazy.
Yes.
It's hard for me to...
Look at Sonny Hostin.
Yeah,
Look at her.
You know, and I know that you know who's been asking, you know, are you going to pardon the January 6th folks? Actually, probably not. But I kind of feel like I look at the list of folks that you know who pardoned during the first term. He granted 237 acts of clemency.
What they got to do with anything?
143 pardons and 94 commutations, including Michael Flynn, Roger Stone, Paul Manafort, Charles Kushner.
Is any of those folks his family members? Is any of those folks you talking about Donald Trump pardoning his family member? See, this is what they gonna try to do. They gonna try to make excuses and say, well, when Donald Trump was president, look who he pardoned. So it should be okay for Joe Biden to pardon his son. See, this is what they trying to do. This is ridiculous.
Steve Bannon, George Papadopoulos, Albert Pirro, and Lil Wayne. Everybody.
I forgot about Lil Wayne.
Yeah. And Lil Wayne. So you know, it is a president's prerogative. You know, people can say, oh, why are you doing that? But that's what presidents do every time. They do it every time they pardon somebody. So I'm not sure why the pearl clutching is happening now.
Wow.
Except that that's what folks want to do. But it seems kind of foolish. You kind of knew he was going to do it, given all that's happened.
Okay, you talking about we knew he was going to do it. If Joe Biden knew he was going to do it, he should have just said it when he was interviewed. He shouldn't have Karine Jean-Pierre sitting up there line saying Joe Biden is not going to pardon his son. They should have just came out from the beginning and say he's going to pardon his son. So everybody would have knew. They would have been like, okay, well, Joe Biden didn't lie. Even though it'd be still wrong because of the crap that Hunter Biden been doing the last 14 years, Joe Biden just wiped his slate clean. As if he's an innocent man, just wiped it clean. But when you get on video and say, I'm not going to pardon him multiple times, and then Karine Jean-Pierre said, hey, don't ask me that no more. He's not going to pardon his son. Then come out, he pardoned. If Donald Trump would have did that, y'all would have been all over him. Donald Trump lied. He said he would never he would have never did that. He would have never pardoned his son. He would never did this. Y'all would be all over Donald Trump if he did what Joe Biden just did.
But maybe I'm just kooky.
So I see this one a little bit differently, and some of you know this, but I grew up with an immediate family member who was in and out of jail for addiction-related offenses when I was growing up, and now a decade later, clean, have their life together, serve their time, are still dealing with the consequences. Inability to vote at time, paying restitution, working to get your record expunged, not being able to be eligible for certain employment. Most Americans, if they face consequences for actions that they took, they're going to have to face them, and nobody powerful and politically connected is going to come sweep in and save them. And I think, this feeds the notion to a lot of this country that there's simply a different set of rules for folks in power. And when we sit here and we say a lot like, well, Donald Trump did X, Y, and Z, and how did he get elected? Because to a lot of this country, it just becomes noise. They think that if you commit crimes and somebody powerful and connected in D.C., right, left, center, Biden, Trump, you're going to be able to get away with it if you have someone on your side, and that's not how it is for everyday folks. Secondly, I take issue with lying about it. I wanted to ask him here when he came on The View, but the thought was he said so many times he wasn't going to pardon him.
That's what he said.
That, to me, is lying to the public. I felt bad for Karine Jean-Pierre that she...
Boy, you could just see Sonny Hostin just over there seething, boy. She just over there, oh, my God, why is she saying that? But Alyssa is right. So, I mean, this right here is just crazy, and you got Whoopi and you know the other three. They're going to take up for Hunter Biden. They're going to try to act like this man is a child. Hunter Biden is not an 18-year-old kid. He's not 16. The man is 55 years old. And he been doing it for the last 14 years, and he got a father, Joe Biden, that lied, said he wasn't going to pardon him, and he just cleaned the drugs, the taxes, everything he did, the laptop, everything, just wiped it clean. He knew from the get-go he was going to pardon Hunter Biden. That's the reason why Hunter Biden went ahead and just pled guilty to everything pretty much. Because he knew his father was going to pardon him anyway. It was all a setup. Joe Biden was just going to tell everybody that he wasn't going to pardon his son, and then that's exactly what he did. It was all a lie. He lied to the American people. Alyssa's right. He did lie to the American people, but you got Whoopi over here and some of them, they're going to try to take up for him and make excuses.
Repeatedly had to say that he wasn't going to pardon him. This is why people don't trust Washington. That's why they don't trust politicians. And I know a lot of us like Joe Biden, but I find it disappointing and bad for our institutions.
Well, look, I think sometimes, unfortunately, in this country,
there are two sets of justice, right? I, too, have many family members convicted of felonies, marijuana, related to marijuana. They haven't been able to get positions in certain places. They haven't even been able to get housing in certain places. When I applied to be a federal prosecutor, there was a checkbox. If you're a felon, you know, explain the circumstances, and you were more than likely not to get that. Now, as Whoopi said, that we have a convicted felon in the White House. Those questions should not be asked of anyone, anytime, anywhere. That is the bottom line.
But that has what does Donald Trump have to do with Joe Biden pardoning his son that was a convicted felon? His son was a convicted felon until he just wiped his whole slate clean. See, this is what they want to do. I knew Sonny was going to do this. They just going to turn everything back on Donald Trump. Well, we got a convicted felon. The American people didn't agree with what you're saying. He's not a convicted felon. Is Donald Trump in prison? He's not a convicted felon. But y'all want to keep running with this crap. It's the reason y'all lost.
That policy needs to be changed. The other thing is, I mean, Trump did escape responsibility for all his crimes. He's nominating Charles Kushner, who he pardoned, as you mentioned, as the ambassador to France. Do you know what a nice, cushy job that is that any felon would like? And, you know, so pleased with the hypocritical pearl clutching by this country. Eric Holder, I think, said it really well. No U.S. attorney would have charged this case given the underlying facts that have been investigated for 5 years. Less than, get this, 0.09% of people are indicted, prosecuted, charged, and found guilty of lying on a gun form. The only reason that Hunter Biden was gone after and charged, indicted, and found guilty was because his name wasn't Joe Smith, it was Hunter Biden. And
So all these crimes that Hunter Biden did, they went after him because of his last name is Biden? So that just excused the pot that was found in the White House, which we pretty much know it was his? The videos with the women? The guns? The taxes? So they went after him because he was a Biden, but not for what he did, because of his last name. This is the crap. So, okay, if that's the case, if he want to pardon his son, won't Joe Biden pardon Donald Trump then? Wipe Donald Trump's slate clean because all these charges was brung because y'all didn't want him to win. Now that he won, these charges mean absolutely nothing. Won't he pardon Donald Trump? Tell Joe Biden to pardon Donald Trump. Pardon Donald Trump. And watch this. If Joe Biden was to pardon Donald Trump, watch how they make excuses. Why would Joe Biden do that? He should have never did that. Donald Trump was a convicted felon. Why did Joe Biden? They'll be running on a rampage if Joe Biden did that for Donald Trump. But since it's his son, we got to make excuses for a 55-year-old man.
And that's the truth of it. You've got Eric Holder saying it. You've got former prosecutors like myself saying it. So,
Why didn't he admit it
wait.
I think one of the reasons why he didn't admit it earlier was because he didn't know that the felon-in-chief would become the next president.
Let me let Anna speak.
So, you know, I actually talked to Joe Biden about this. When he was on the show, I told him I hoped he pardoned Hunter.
I remember.
You did, I remember.
I went to speak at the Biden Institute in Delaware like a month later, and we talked on the phone, and I told him I hoped he pardoned Hunter. I left him a handwritten note at his desk at the University of Delaware and told him I hoped he pardoned Hunter. And the reason I thought it was important is because I wanted him to hear from people who support him and respect him, which I do, that some of us, I'd say most of us, think it's okay for him to pardon Hunter because of what you just said, that so many of the people who committed this crime do not get prosecuted. Imagine the guilt that Joe Biden has to live with, thinking that his son, his only surviving son, is getting prosecuted because he is his son.
See, that's the problem. These people are so freaking one-sided. It's all about Joe Biden and his son. It's all about him. What about Donald Trump? What about his son and family that love him? Donald Trump got sons that love him. He got a wife that love him. He got a lot of more family members that love him, but look what y'all doing to him. Look what y'all tried to do to him. Y'all tried to put this man in prison for the rest of his life. Thank God he won. Because all these charges from Jack Smith and everybody be still going. So y'all only making it seem like, oh, Joe Biden loved his son, so he had to do this. As if don't nobody else love Donald Trump. Man, these people get on my nerves, man. I promise you.
I want to say that Charlie Kushner, the guy, Jared's dad, who was pardoned by Trump, he was convicted of witness tampering, among many other things. And Chris Christie, Republican, who prosecuted him at the time, said it was one of the most loathsome, disgusting crimes he prosecuted in more than a decade. Look, he hired a hooker, set up his his brother-in-law with the hooker, and sent the photos to his sister to intimidate her into not testifying. I'll say this. Hunter, your dad has given you a great, great gift. The gift of freedom and taking this weight off your shoulders. Yeah. I hope now Hunter gives his dad a gift. The gift of being a good son, a good father, a good grandfather, a good human being, leading a productive life. Can I finish? And staying clean for the rest of his life. So I hope that this goes both ways.
Y'all see how one-sided that crap is? She talking about hookers and that. Ain't this what Hunter Biden got caught doing? Smoking pot with naked women and all type. Just look at everything he did, and she just sitting there as if Hunter Biden didn't do anything wrong. I promise you I better not hear anything from these people's mouth when they when Donald Trump start his pardon when he get in office. I don't want to hear nothing. But watch him. When Donald Trump start pardoning J6ers and people he want to pardon, watch how they go on a rampage. Watch how they go on a rampage.
I want to understand two things because I respect it as a parent. I understand why he would.
If y'all notice something, every time Alyssa talk and she make a statement that's a good statement, the crowd never chant. They never clap for her, but they clap for Sonny, they clap for Whoopi, and they clap for Anna. They clap for everything that's positive for Joe Biden. But when Alyssa say something about what she think is right, they don't clap for her. If y'all noticed that, this view crowd, they is trained to only clap if it's good on Joe Biden's side.
Do it. Yeah. But I wonder to understand why lie about it for so long.
I'd stop calling it a lie.
It is a lie.
Repeatedly
what
say
you mean? Why would you want to stop calling it a lie? He literally said he was not going to pardon him. If you tell somebody you're not going to do something and then you do it, that is a lie. That's a lie. What you mean you wouldn't call it that? What else would you call it then? It's a lie. So y'all can sit up there and call Donald Trump a lie all day, but when it's a lie right in front of your face, oh, we don't need to call it that. This is ridiculous.
You're not going to, and you do. And secondarily, for the part of this country, half of it that doesn't support Biden, doesn't know him personally, doesn't get to have phone calls, and they're just looking at a system that seems like it only benefits the people who are in power.
I'm going to say,
what precedent does that set?
Well, here's what it says. It's a precedent for all of us to open our eyes because we've elected someone who is in a similar situation, who didn't have a drug problem, who knew what he was doing.
Oh, he don't have that problem. He knew he was. So Hunter Biden don't know what he's doing. So you're making excuses for a 55-year-old man and saying he don't know what he don't know what he's doing as if he's a 8-year-old child or something. Oh my! They have no credibility on this show. I'm telling you, if I was on that show, I would destroy all of them with facts. I promise you I would.
Clearly stood and said, I can do this. And he did it. So I think, for many, many reasons, this is very different than any other situation that we have ever dealt with. Because when we're talking about who gets a pardon and who doesn't get a pardon, this man, I think Biden had no intentions of pardoning Hunter. And I think the more stuff that went down, I think he said, well, why am I busting my behind to stay straight And to do this,
Oh my God.
nobody else is, when no one else is doing it.
I think he thought he was going to win, and I just wish he would have been honest
He
with
said
the public.
he said he wasn't going to pardon him even after he lost. But I think what happened in the meantime that we have to be cognizant of is that Donald Trump campaigned on retribution, vindictiveness, and vengeance.
He's done it for 4
He
years.
has appointed.
I'm done with this. I can't listen to this. He did not campaign on no freaking retribution. When did Donald Trump say, I need to win so I can go after my political opponents? He never campaigned on that. Did these people sit on this show and lie? I can't listen to them. I'm done. We at about 19 minutes, I'm done. There's no way she's going to sit up here and lie. That Donald Trump, she said Donald Trump campaigned on retribution. No, he did not. My goodness, man. Wow. Well, like I said, man, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. If you did make it to the end, I really appreciate it. Because like I said, it does help to get the video out so more people can see my reaction, which definitely helps the channel out a lot. And if it's your first time here, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. But man, these women just sit up here on this show and just lie nonstop. I mean, nonstop. So like I said before, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.